And just, okay, only Aisha is new to the class. Baki Ayman, Aisha, Ishal, you have taken lessons with Meena? All right. So Aisha, whatever topic you have missed previously is not connected to the topic we are doing today. So it's completely a different topic. Are you together with me, Talia? So even if you have missed the last full writing topic, it is by no means connected to the topic we are doing. What you have missed in major is the detail of the syllabus, which I'm sure you might have catch up with the recording. Have you received recording from the admin desk? Okay, got it. Aisha, did you ask for it? Hmm. Okay, Aisha, you are going to update me about it. I think you can't hear me or something XYZ.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam. Ji.
Miss, I can hear you. Actually, I had no idea about the recordings. So this is my first class. और मेरा भी admission ही कल हुआ है. कल it was confirmed. So
Okay, give me.
this is my very first class. So,
Okay, Aisha, got it. Okay, so all of you, anyone who has missed the last full topic was completely a different topic than the topic we are doing now. Those who have missed those topics are going to request administration for the recorded lessons of the missed classes. And the others who have sent their assignments, have got it already checked back. If anyone has not yet got their assignment checked back, please be patient till tonight. You are going to get it in box by tonight. I'm moving to a second writing assignment for today. Second writing topic for today, completely different than the last one. Like how did I teach you last time when I started off with the topic? Remember when I started the topic with you, we started with different samples. Am I right? We started with the introduction of the topic and then I moved into different samples to show you what things you will have to study. And the third step was the grammar or the marks of it. So we are going to follow the same suit. In the same way, we are going to study today. The last topic we did together was leaflet writing. Okay. And now we are going to be working on speeches. Please keep your mics muted, everyone, so nobody is bothered. Okay, so let's move to speech writing. Okay, I have noted that. You will find speech in the very opening of your book. This is the book we are working on. We will have our reading lesson tomorrow. So let's begin with the speech. Could you please tell me what is your understanding about topics of speech? You all have obviously completed your O levels. So you have idea we don't have controversial topics in the paper. Ye to pata hai na? You will not find over here topics like child labor, woman empowerment, or any controversial issues or global issues in the world. We don't have topics like these in the paper in O levels, and the same follows here. We even don't have such topics here in your AS classes. So leaving out the idea of the topic, what is your other understanding of topic? What kind of text type do you think speech is? What purpose can it serve? You may use your mics if you like to, if you would like to add here, which I'm really looking up for. The rest of you, however, on account of any reason, may choose to inbox. I'm fine either ways. So my question is, what do you think is the purpose of speech? What purposes can you accomplish with speech? My first question, and I'm waiting for the answers now. Okay, I've got my two responses. Arif says it is used to convey an idea. And according to Alishba, it's the discussion of academic issues. And according to Ayman, speech tone is usually formal, mostly address the professionals or maybe the students. Okay. My simple question is, what is the purpose of speech? Purpose. I'm putting it on here. When you are to write speech, what is first thing you have to do? What are you trying to do? Somebody said communicate. But Arif, you can also communicate through letters. Chalo, let me explain you one thing. When you write a letter to your friend, who reads it? Please use your chat box and let's be quick on fingers. When you write a letter for your friend, who reads it? Oh, very good, Aisha. The friend, the purpose, the recipient. However, and if you have an issue with the school's management and you are writing a detailed account of your issues, who is going to read it? You are upset with the management, school's management, you're writing a complaint. Who is going to read it? Arif said, Miss, obviously the management. Alishba said, obviously the school officials. Heyman said the same. Okay, you are making sense. Okay, and when you write articles for the school magazine, who reads that? Let's say a declamation contest was held, you participated in that. You're also writing it for the school magazine to let everybody know how you and your group prepared, who aced, what bottlenecking factors were there, what did you learn from the event. All in all, who is going to read that article? Arif said it's a wider audience because it is being printed and there are going to be number of copies of it. And if I'm sending it for the school magazine, Arif, then anyone in and out of the school, if it is there at the school's reception, anyone coming for admissions or any queries will pick it up and read and might find your article. And if the students are taking a copy of it, they are going to read it too. If they are sharing it at home, again, so what Arif said is going to be a wider audience. My next question is, when you write a speech, and let's say I'm writing a speech to let everyone know that we should not be forced to wear school uniforms. If I'm writing this speech, then who is going to read it? Answer needed. If I'm writing a speech to let everyone know there should not be any uniforms for students in the secondary wing, who is going to read it? Answer, please. Okay, students. Okay, Arif, I noted. Arif said students and teachers. Heyman said management or the parents. Aisha said the teachers. Alishba said the school management. Zed said the teachers will read it. Unfortunately, you all are wrong. I said when you write a speech, who will read it? And you all said XYZ will read it. Our speech is made to read. Have you ever read speech? Do you understand my question now? So nobody reads the speech. Instead, it is for listening. And the writer is the orator. जो लिखता है वही पढ़ रहा होता है, वही बोल रहा होता है. If I'm reading from the paper, I am writing a speech over the night or सुबह morning assembly में deliver करना है. So it's me who is reading, right? It's going to be me who is going to be reading from the paper probably. But the others are not reading, they are listening. So speech is a part of oral discourse. It's not a written discourse. So पहली बात है, speech is a part of oral discourse. You do not write it, you listen to it, you read it, you speak about it. One thing, okay, iska medium kya hai? Iska medium is oral discourse. Now, what purposes can speech serve? You people were writing about academic purposes. So the purpose is, aap aise kaho na, it is used to mold opinion. Mold opinion means change opinion of anyone. You can change opinion with speech, or you can create awareness, or you can just inform people about events or upcoming situation. And if you are unable to mold opinion or aware or inform them, you can at least share your POV. What is POV? You are right, Aisha. What is POV? You can share your POV. It's the point of view. Iman, absolutely right. You can at least let people know how you think about it. अगर तुम उनका ज़हन change नहीं कर सकते, if they don't think they are already aware of it, then why are you still telling about it? So you're just giving your point of view. These are the various purposes for which speeches are given. My next question is, you are going to tell me what will you choose? What kind of vocab should you choose in speech? Fancy one. Fancy means low frequency, यानी कि जो काफी कम लोगों को पता हो. Or you are going to use everyday words, which means high frequency. ज़्यादातर use होते हैं, सबको पता है. What kind of words you think you should use in speech writing? Everyday words, high frequency words, or low frequency words? Your answer is? Arif, noted. I'm waiting for the others to answer too. A mix of both, Ayman. Okay. Arif said only everyday common words. Ayman says mix of words. Zed says both. So let me tell you, you are going to use the words according to your audience. If you are talking to laymen, if you're talking to students, you are going to use simpler words. Because if you are going to use fancy words, low frequency words, words they have never heard before, if they cannot understand what do you mean, it's barely possible that they will get convinced. So because you are convincing people, please do not write down speeches using low frequency words. आपका purpose, आपकी aim क्या है? To inform them, to convince them. So with fancier words, this objective cannot be attained. Another question is, what kind of sentence structure should you use? Lengthy and complex, short and simpler. Which one should you choose? Lengthy and complex, short or simpler? Very good, Aisha. Okay, you are right. You are going to be using simpler short sentences. Why? Because people are listening to you. They need to keep a track of what you are saying. If you are going to use purposefully very difficult sentences, it is going to become difficult for them to even keep a track of what do you mean. So keep your sentences small, short and simple, vocab basic. तो तुम कहोगे Mr. Marks कैसे मिलेंगे? Marks कैसे मिलेंगे? I'm coming to this now. About then if the things are so simple, how will you earn marks in paper? Before I get to this detail, I'll inform you I'll need a 2 minutes break. There's a knock on the gate and I need to go and check it out. Just give me 2 minutes. I'm rushing back. Please stay tuned. Okay, I hope I am audible to all of you. Okay, so I was on the topic that if you are going to use very simple vocab, basic sentences, then how are you going to earn marks? It's after all an A-levels English language paper. So marks kiss cheese can. So the marks are for, I'm writing on screen, please take a note of. Before I tell you marks kiss cheese can, how many of you are attending college? How many of you are attending college? Alicia, Arif. Ayman is attending and Arif, Ayman is attending. Ayman, which college are you in? Arif, I remember you said you are in KISS, right? When you got admission. And Ayman, you are studying where? And anybody else who is attending college? Zed, Ishal, Ayman, Aisha. Okay. Okay, Ayman, you are in BCC. Okay, अब ये बताओ, have you guys done or anyone else has done speeches ever? What are the marks for if I'm asking you not to use difficult vocab or sentence structure? Then what are the marks for? Aisha, Arif, are you done with this topic in college? Could you tell us? Or can other make sense out of the context? Okay, Arif, not a problem. Chalo, you can try. Can you make sense out of agar vocab bhi nahi or sentences bhi nahi, then how will you get marks? You have done it in O levels? Okay. If you have done it in O levels, then your teacher must have told you marks in speech writing are for the style. I will tell you about style now. First, I'm going to tell it to you in a layman's language. I'm going to tell it to you in a very basic manner so that everyone can get on board, can understand the idea, and then I'm going to tell it to you technically. Now, I'm going to give you an example of how you have attended declamation contest in school. Schools ke andar when different declamation contests are held, you see, not everyone is the winner. Although everyone has the content with them, right? Everyone has some content. Everyone has something to say about the topic which is perfectly connected to the topic. But why then everyone is not the winner? You see, in many of this, not every speech is going to spark your interest, isn't it? All the school's declamation speeches will not spark your interest, but a few. Could you recall what has gauged your attention? What has sparked your interest? What has activated your ears? Ke tum sunna shuru ho gaye. What is the person talking about? What was the person doing in general? What was the person doing in general when you have attended any last declamation in school, in any class? I said the marks are for style. Could you recall anything? Acha, if you do not have anything to say, तो no भी लिख दिया करो, so I'm not then waiting. Okay, so everybody has the content with them. It is about how the words are spoken. I'm definitely not talking about the voice. Asking you, okay, then what has somebody's style gauge your attention? When I'm saying style, it's not the vocab, it's not the structure, it is how the words are spoken. That person might be using a different intonation. It's the intonation pattern. Speech के अंदर what will matter is your intonation pattern, the high and low pitches of the voice. तुम कहोगे मिस writing में तो possible नहीं है. I cannot show in writing that is a high or low pitch. I'm going to tell you how you are going to do. Other than intonation pattern, their pauses gauge your attention. Why has somebody all of a sudden taken a pause? What is their body language? They ask you questions called rhetorical questions. That is why you will start listening to what they have to say, because they might have used a rhetorical question. Their body language exhibits different intonation patterns. They use pauses and they use periods, complete silence. They directly connect with you. How do they connect with you? Not each one of you, but they do mention someone important or related in the audience. Right, you're right, Eamon. And it is going to gauge your attention. What has somebody in particular done for XYZ? Why are they being named? Why are they being directly addressed? So a direct address directly connected with you or with someone in particular, maybe somebody's name that has converged your attention there. And they use rhetorical questions. Importantly, they use pathos. That is an emotional reasoning style, and not always emotional, because at the end of the day, there is an audience with various or with diverse, I should say, diverse age range. All of them will not get convinced with emotional tactics. So they also use logos. Logos is a rational, logical explanation, or they are going to give you a rationale of what they are saying. Not the least, they are going to use ethos. Ethos is they are going to refer to events or happenings similar or closer to what is being talked about. Then you would want to know what has happened previously, something similar or different. So they use EPLs, we call it EPL, ethos, pathos, and logos. It is a very strong tool of persuasion, and it was proposed by Socrates. He was one of the world-renowned philosophers. He proposed that to convince people, it's a very simple, he proposed a very simple plane, a triangle of three variations of convincing others. An emotional way of persuasion, you usually use it with your mothers. A logical explanation, you owe this to your this goes for convincing your father. And ethos, when you are convincing usually your friends. This is how you make things work. Are we together till here? So this is not going to be about vocab and structure. It is going to be about style, more technically called stylistic devices, which I'm going to teach you when we are going to do this topic. Intonation pattern is the rise of the voice pitch and the falling of it. You obviously cannot show your high pitch and low pitch in the speech. So how are we going to do this? I'm going to tell it in a while. How to do it will come later. But are you able to understand? These are the very reasons when somebody's speech gauges attention of others. These are going to be explained. Okay. Now, since we do not know what it is, अच्छा आपको दो चीजें और भी बतानी है. I'm writing their names here. The name of another thing is anaphora and repetition. These ideas are also used for making your ideas work, for making sure that you are sounding more persuasive. अच्छा एक बात बताओ, घरों के अंदर, फैमिलीज के अंदर हमेशा कभी ना कभी जब कुछ chaotic हो जाए, कोई disturbance हो जाए, some bond is straining, so there is one particular person in every family. There is one particular person in every family who is able to convince others. How? Tell. How do they convince? Do they use their authority? Do they use their authority? Do they use force? Or do they use techniques like body language, pauses, intonation patterns, emotionally convincing people, logically explaining points, trying to work out ethos of what has similar situation been in the past, recent or last past? Do people use these techniques? Those people, हम सबकी families में कभी ना कभी जब कुछ chaotic हो जाए, all the elders, all the adults look up to some people जिनकी बात सब मानते हैं. So what are those various reasons? Are you getting it? What are those various reasons? So these are the reasons. Yes, intonation pattern भी use होता है. So they use these techniques. How are we going to do it academically is the second, it's not primary. I'm going to tell you how we are going to use it. But pehle samjho, let's get to on the same platform that why are we learning these things? Because these are going to help you write your speeches better. Now, if anyone in the class is thinking, or they must be thinking, कि भाई ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. वर्ल्ड क्लास स्पीचेस के अंदर ऐसा थोड़ी होता है. मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर्स ऐसे थोड़ी बोलते हैं. भाई ऐसे ही बोलते हैं. The answer is motivational speakers ऐसे ही बोलते हैं. They use anaphora, they use repetition, they use logic, they use ethos, they use rhetoric. Anaphora का मतलब है they explain a point through tripling. Tripling आपको जब leaflet में बताई थी, so it was at word level. Now this tripling will be at sentence level. This tripling will be at sentence level. How? For an instance, you will have to have, for example, अगर मुझे किसी से बहुत गुस्सा आ रहा हो, मुझे अपने फ्रेंड से बहुत नाराज हूं मैं अपनी फ्रेंड से, तो मैं एनाफोरा यूज करती हूँ. मैं इसको कैसे एनाफोरा यूज करूंगी? आज के बाद से अब ऐसे सुनना, मुझे अपनी फ्रेंड से बात नहीं करनी, मैं उसको ऐसा बोलूँ, मुझे तुमसे बात नहीं करनी. लेकिन अगर मैं ऐसे कहूँ, मुझे तुमसे बात नहीं करने को, आज के बाद कभी भी मुझे तुमसे बात नहीं करनी, आज के बाद कभी भी तुम मुझे टेक्स्ट मत करना, आज के बाद कभी भी मुझसे कोई हेल्प एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करना. इसके अंदर एनाफोरा एक्सप्रेशन क्या है? आज के बाद कभी भी. ये इतना सा एक्सप्रेशन जो है थ्राइस रिपीट हुआ और उसके साथ आई हैव एडेड मोर इंफॉर्मेशन एवरी टाइम. Areeb, among you, we have two boys here, Areeb and Zed. Areeb and Zed, if you are attending mosque on Friday and if you are attending Friday sermons, तो उसके अंदर भी anaphora use होता है. For an instance, the sermon is about importance of zakat or importance of prayer. तो you will hear the मौलवी साहब delivering anaphora. ऐसे बता रहे होंगे, नमाज पढ़नी जरूरी है अगर जन्नत में जाना है, नमाज पढ़नी जरूरी है अगर अल्लाह को राजी करना है, नमाज पढ़नी जरूरी है अगर so and so. They repeat the idea and they keep on adding details to it. This is anaphora. Why do people do it like this? एक दफा बोल देना नमाज पढ़नी जरूरी है अगर जन्नत में जाना है और अल्लाह को खुश करना है और ऐसे करना है. ऐसे क्यों नहीं बोल देते? Why do people use anaphora? The reason is to tune ears. किसी की attention gauge करना आसान नहीं है. You cannot make people listen to you unless you have a style for it. जितने भी motivational speaker हैं, religious, international, TED Talks, everywhere you will see the use of anaphora. Up tak, because you might had not known this idea, you might not be able to find it or observe it. But like I said, this is undeniable a feature of speech. You cannot deliver most well articulated speech until and unless you are doing what I have just suggested you. Just give me a while. I'll give you something in WhatsApp chat window. एक मिनट रुकना. एक minute I will take. Okay, I'm sending a link in your group. एक minute रुको. Could you please look at your WhatsApp chat window, everyone? I'm sending a link over there. What do you have to do with that link? You have to open that link. और मैं जितने minutes का बताऊंगी सिर्फ उतने minutes का सुनो और देखो क्या वो उसमें तुमसे कोई rhetorical question तुम्हें सुनने को मिल रहा है? Are they asking you any emotional question? Are they taking pauses? Are they using anaphora? Okay, I'm sending it. I've sent you the link. Could you please open the link your side? I'm telling you for what duration do you have to watch it? Give me a minute. I've just sent what I want you to hear from there. I've sent you of this link. Please take a minute and a half and listen to this recording in your own personal window, 0.40 seconds to 1.75. I'm giving you 1.5 minutes to listen to it. And then we are going to discuss it. Okay, let me know. Are we together? In this entire one, there were two things to note in particular. See, in this one, there were in different intonation patterns. He was using the direct pronoun that तुम्हारे साथ ऐसा होगा, you are going to go through this. Emotionally explain किया जा रहा है, logically explain किया जा रहा है, and there was anaphora. For example, अगर जीत तुम्हें ऐसा बना दे और हार तुम्हें ऐसा बना दे, अगर जीत ऐसा कर दे हार ऐसा कर दे, अगर जीत ऐसा कर दे हार ऐसा कर दे, this idea was used thrice. और जो बिल्कुल क्लोजिंग थी आफ्टर लाइक 1.30 seconds के बाद, तो वो लाइन से चीजों को बता रहे कि ये हो सकता है, ये हो सकता है, बट बिफोर दैट देयर वाज एनाफोरा. अगर जीत तुम्हें ये बना दे और हार तुम्हें ऐसा बना दे, अगर जीत तुम्हें ऐसा बना दे और वैसा बना दे, so they were using a lot of anaphora. Were you able to spot intonation pattern, direct connection with the uh, audience, emotional reasoning, and anaphora in this tiny, exactly, Aisha, or repetition tha? So in this tiny extract, were you able to figure out a few, at least a few stylistic devices? Could you reply me in yes or no? Not all, but a few were there. Were you able to spot those, hear those, and understand? Okay, Iman, did you notice if you are going to open this link again, it's a 12.26 minutes motivational session, of which I only asked you to hear the minute and a half one. So please take time at home and listen to it if you are interested. If not, then we have more academic speeches in the book. This was one tiny extract to make you understand that this is how people convince others. But since you are going to be writing more academically, then where in the academic speeches such ideas are used, I'm coming to it now. I'm just capturing this one so that I can remove this, take you back to your book. Your book is here. And this is what I have just done. Just let me paste it here. And then I'm going to show you how is it done in academic speeches. All the people in the world call me when I'm taking the class only, unfortunately. Okay. So after this, I'm taking you on to now this space in your book where you see it says stylistic devices. We are going to write notes in the next classes. Okay? We are going to write notes of rhetorical questions, speech jargons, direct address, EPL, anaphora, repetition. Here I'm going to tell you the format in your book. Now look at the samples. I'm going to show you academic samples. I'm zooming in. This is an academic sample, sample number 1 for discussion. Very basic and easy to spot. You are going to spot the technique. This is a tiny extract from the speech of King Martin Luther. Please take a minute, skim it quickly and tell me कौन सी तुम्हें device academic speech में यहाँ नजर आ रही है. You have a minute to trace it. Start it now. Read it and then write it in chat box what stylistic technique you can see here. अरे, you have not spotted anything yet? Can you not figure out any single thing here? है ना? क्या चीज है? मुझे एग्जाम्पल बतानी है, एग्जाम्पल के साथ, एग्जाम्पल के साथ. अच्छा, एनाफोरा इसको नहीं कहते, जब 3 से ज्यादा हो तो वी डोंट कॉल इट एनाफोरा. कीप इन माइंड, कीप इन माइंड. एनाफोरा का नाम ही यही है, रूल ऑफ 3 और पैरेलल स्ट्रक्चर. सही है. Okay, so I'm highlighting it for you and you are going to tell me the name. So I'm highlighting it with just any different color. I'm using blue. Okay, so it says, I say to you today, my friends. And then he uses the word, I have a dream, I have a dream, I have a dream, overly used. Okay, I have a dream again. Okay, and you are going to see this, I have a dream, mentioned a number of times. What does it tell you about the state of Mississippi? He says, at the table of brotherhood, I have a dream that one day the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, sweltering with the heat of discrimination. What is this device? Sweltering with the heat. एक second, I'll correct myself. Here, what are these devices? I have highlighted 3. I say to you today, my friends, ye wala, I have a dream and sweltering one. The first one. I'm asking about the first one. Could you answer me accordingly? I say to you today, my friend, what is this device called when they are directly talking to the audience? Very good, Aisha. Very good. So this is direct address. This is direct address. They are directly talking to the people. This is what we call as direct address, right? Directly addressing the people you are talking to. That, okay, my friends, मैं तुम लोगों से बात कर रहा हूँ. Then multiple times the phrase I have a dream is used. What we call this I have a dream? It is used multiple times. So it is just being बार बार आ रहा है. It is just being repetitive. This is just a simple repetition. Are we together till here? How about the state sweltering with so and so and so? What is this last one? A state sweltering with so and so. Anaphora. Do you see it's constructed with ideas thrice? Aman and Arif and Aisha. Are we all together? Acha, we have Ishal here and Zaid here and Alicia and Ali Qazi. Why are you not responding to these things? Are you finding it difficult to spot these ideas? Are you finding these ideas difficult here? Okay, so anaphora is a rule of 3. What is the purpose of it? This I'm going to make you write in the notes as well. For now, I'm telling you it is used to, for an instance, stress over an idea, to bring something to limelight, to tune your ears, to tune the ears of the listeners. Because like I said, speech is not meant for reading that you can come back over and over and read it. It is meant to be heard, to be listened. So you have to make sure people are actively listening to you. You may try persuading people using the ideas, for an instance, anaphora. Okay? Anyone has any problem till here, please let me know. Ali, are you there? Ali, are you taking the class for the first time today? And Alicia Mirza and Aisha Fatma and Aisha, another Aisha. We have 2 Aishas. Aisha Fatma, another one. Kindly respond so I would know we are all together. Okay, Ali. Okay, Alicia. Thank you, Aisha. Okay, Alicia Mirza. Okay, beta. Chalo, let's move to the second sample. So in this tiny extract, you found out 3 simple things. Okay, I'm taking you to the second topic. This is again a tiny length. Now this is an extract sourced from speech of Mandela. I'm ready to die. Could you please read this extract and see? Can you? Acha, why have I attached small extracts? Because dekho, unki full speeches are too lengthy. The purpose of these extracts is to show you that even in the world acclaimed, world class speeches, though these orators have used these devices, obviously I did not teach them to use it. So all I'm trying to make clear is that it is the magic of how you are projecting your words. Fine. Ali, I'm looking forward that you are going to explain me something from here. You are going to pick some idea from here and you are going to send it in box as well. Can you pick any of the items from this which is matching with what I have stated previously about anaphora, rhetorics, repetition, ethos, pathos, logos, rhetorical questions, anything, Ali. Actually, after the class, Ali, I have A2's class, connecting class of A2. You can call me up after 3. You can call me at 3:30, Ali Kazi. You can get my number from the group and you can call me after 3:30. Okay, but you can call me between 3:30 and 4 because after 4, I have again my class. G, can you please people spot anything here? Arif, are you there? Okay. Arif, Ishal. Okay, Zed, example के साथ. ठीक है बेटा? Example के साथ. I want to hear. You are right. Zed. Okay, so I'm highlighting things for you. फिर आप लोग नाम बताना. ठीक है? ये मैंने नहीं बताया. ये आप try करना if you can make sense out of it and then I'm going to tell you in a while what it is. This one where it says submit or fight. I don't know my. Okay. Submit or fight. What is it? And then it says, by all means, in our power, in defense of our people, our future, and our freedom. What is this? Then it says multiple times Africans want to, Africans want to, Africans want to, Africans want to. It's not thrice, it's repeated a number of times. Africans want to this and that. And the style I want to know. Is it logical? Is it emotional? Or is it evidence-based? E, P or L? Which one will you choose? Chale, jawab bataएं. So this one, the first one. Submit or fight. These both are what to each other? Submit or fight are? Ji, Eamon, bilkul. Submit and fight are opposites. These are contrasts. So opposites, theek hai Arif. Opposites are called contrast. So you can use contrastive ideas in your write-up. One thing done. What is the next one? Our people, our future, and our freedom. Abhi, is it an anaphora? Is it a full sentence length or is it just at a word level? What is the name if it is a word level and what do we mean when it is at sentence level? Okay, so when it is at word level, Alicia, you are right, Adi. When it is at wordless level, we call it tripling. When it is at sentence level, we call it anaphora. Okay? For example, अगर ये लिखा हुआ होता, we need to hit back by all means for our people. We need to hit back by all means for our future. We need to hit back by all means for our freedom. ऐसे तो नहीं कह रहा ना, full sentence length पे तो नहीं है ना, word level पे तो we call it anaphora. Sorry, word level पे we call it tripling, otherwise anaphora. The next one, Africans want to this, Africans want to that, and African wants to blah blah. So these ideas are overly being repeated in the text. So that ideas are repetitive part of repetition. So this is contrast. This is, are you people taking notes on your book like I'm doing? Aisha, कल आप पूछ रही थी ना? पूछ रहे थे ना मिस नोट्स कैसे लेने होते हैं? ऐसे you read it and you make notes. ऐसे करना होता है. And then this Africans want to be is called repetition. And the last one where it says, okay, this paragraph is written in what tones? Mostly evidence-based, mostly logical, or mostly emotional? Okay, Aisha. There are two opposite words, Iman. Iman, when you are quickly contrasting ideas, we also call it more technically juxtaposition. Juxtaposition. Okay, but juxtaposition is a more technical word for a more simpler words, contrast. You may also know the word juxtaposition because anyways, we are going to be using the word in our descriptive writing. ठीक है, juxtaposition is another word to say contrast, which is very close in the string of words. Ali Qazi, this is class for AS. If you are an O-level student, you are supposed to log in 11 to 12. 12 to 1 is AS, 1 to 2 is A2. Got it? Got it where the problem is? You may leave because this one will not be your cup for now. Okay? You can call me at like between 3:30 and 4. We'll talk things out about the O-levels class. This is AS for now. Acha ji, are we all together rest of all? So this is mostly written in with an emotional overtone. कि हमें rented house में नहीं रहना जिसको हम कभी अपना नहीं कह सकते. Third last line में लिखा हुआ है. We should not be forced to live in rented house जिसको हम अपना नहीं कह सकते. We want to be part of the general population. हमें अपने gate house में नहीं रहना. ठीक है? So it's mostly emotional, not logical, and nothing is based in the evidence. Taking you to the third sample now. Ab sunna. This is slightly lengthy. This is slightly lengthy. This is constructed on 2 and 3 pages. This is your assignment, Malala's Yousafzai's speech, which you are going to read yourself and spot the points that I'm writing down. Please look at your WhatsApp chat window, Malala Yousafzai's speech to be read and annotated. Annotated अपने notes बनाओगे. I'm looking up that you are able to find out an anaphora. You are able to find some ideas of direct instances. Sorry, direct address. Find out evidence-based ideas, ethos, logos, logical explanation, pathos, emotionally, how she is communicating a point of view, and you're going to find repetition. Please make sure you have highlighted these ideas in your write-up. Are we together till here, or there's anything unclear? Everything is clear till here about your assignment, Evan? The assignment is clear. It's a very tiny assignment. एमन सारे करवाऊंगी आपको जब फॉर्मेट लिखवाऊंगी तो सारे यूज करने सिखाऊंगी यू आर गोइंग टू बी राइटिंग योर स्पीच इन नो लेस देन 750 वर्ड्स इन द एएस पेपर 600 मिनिमम 750 मैक्स तो 750 मैक्स के लिए ऑल द टेक्निक्स विल बी यूज्ड ज्यादातर पेपर में कंट्रास्ट ऑफ स्पीचेस भी आती हैं यानी कि एग्जामिनर आपको एक सिचुएशन पे कहेगा कि 2 कंट्रास्ट ऑफ स्पीचेस लिखो एक इन फेवर एक इन अगेंस्ट तो देयर आई एम गोइंग टू बी टीचिंग यू सिमेट्रिकल कंट्रास्ट के दोनों स्पीचेस में सिमेट्रिकल कंट्रास्ट कैसे बनाना है और जो स्टैंड अलोन स्पीचेस हैं उसमें भी बताऊंगी नहीं एमन यहाँ पे रफ ड्राफ्ट सिर्फ बनेगा सेक्शन बी में इन सेक्शन ए वी डोंट नीड इट ठीक है एमन यहाँ पे नहीं होता it's only for your O levels. Iman, have you studied with me? Why cannot I recall? Iman Zaveri, right? Okay, Iman. अच्छा इमन तुम्हें फिर परेशानी हो रही थी ना चीजों में वो तुम क्लास के एंड में रुकना हाँ 2 मिनट रुकना मैं तुम्हें एक बात बताती हूँ अच्छा अब ये बताओ ऑल ऑफ यू नहीं I am done with today's class of giving you intro to speech. Next class तक make sure you have read the assignment which I have given. कल हम reading की class रखेंगे. Speech will be now done on Saturday. Leaflet के assignments के marks I am giving tonight. Latest जिसको नहीं मिला है. Now I am talking particularly to Aman about she has joined late. She is worried how to complete syllabus. अगर किसी और की भी ये worries हैं then they can stay in the class. कि भाई हम कैसे prepare करेंगे